When I told my mother that I wanted to be an astronaut when I grow up, my mother told me that astronauts are the most antisocial folks who hate the world so much they have to leave the planet. That dream was short lived. When I told my mother I wanted to be a psychologist when I grew up, she told me that they are pretentious assholes who see the world upon their high horse and tell everybody that they're ill when they don't have the insight to see past their own ego. Psychology was never my favorite subject anyway. You see, my mom and I had a lot of time to talk about these things. I was the last of kin who always was too young and too small to go to the cooking classes, the trips to Six Flags, to ride the Nitro, those trips that formed my father and sister. It was just my mom and me, a stack of books, and NPR coming through the radio like the voice of God. My mom never liked my career choices much. I knew I was on the right track when one day, over a bowl of cereal, I asked her, "Hey mom, how come there's such things as bad words?" And she said, "Honey, there is no such thing as a bad word, only words that are not appropriate for all situations. For instance, you should never use the word shit in front of a nun." You see, my mom gave me that. She gave me the gift of words. She gave me the power of words, and I never considered it a privilege, but my mom grew up in a time when words were being redefined, words like gender, power, class, revolution. She grew up in a house where a wrench spray painted gold was used as a shower dial, and a father oversees how to support a wife and 4 kids while crammed into a house with 4 other families. His kids left blindsided, my mom, her sister, and 2 sons who wouldn't even recognize their father when he returned home 4 years later, recycling shoes to the next kid in line, eating rice with their hands. Chopsticks were a rare commodity, using your babysitting money to buy groceries. Even my mom knew the score, so that she was the top of her class, editor of her school newspaper, editor of her school's literary magazine, the National Merit Scholar with a 3 newspaper-a-day habit. She still had to hear them tell her, "Honey, the scholarship's not going to be for English. If you want to go to college, it's going to be for science." So my mom, the biologist, and my father, the gastroenterologist, together they produced 2 beautiful kids, one of which was not going to feel the burn she was forced to. 1 government paycheck and 2 kids under the age of 5 doesn't go very far, but my mom always made sure we had books, even if we rolled pennies instead of die, and bought our gifts at the neighborhood garage sale. People ask me why I make such a big deal out of it. No, it's not American, it's Asian American. It's just one word they say. It shouldn't make much difference, but I know the difference words can make. It's the gift my mother gave me, and I honor her every time I say it, because no matter what I did, what I do, it took Amy Luong, a woman born from Hong Kong and went through hell to give me the dream life. My mom would never trade me in, and I know that.